Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Blu-rayDave back with the Mr. Blue podcast. This is episode 3, and I could not let this rest with the recent discussions going over at Marvel and Disney. I can't let this rest. Like I said, this is this is definitely a topic of discussion, and guys, I'm serious. I really want to hear your opinions about this, okay? And how does it affect you? It's these are definitely confusing times with the MCU right now, guys. And this is obviously it's Disney cash grabs, obviously, but could this actually save the MCU before Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars comes out? So apparently Kevin Feige, he wants to bring the original band back. Like that I mean, to us MCU fans, that's good news for us to hear it. Like the original 6, Cap, Stark, Thor, Banner, Romanoff, and Hawkeye. Like, oh my gosh. But again, how is this gonna work? Will this potentially be Avengers 5 or maybe Avengers 4.5? I almost lost my words. They were like, no, it makes sense. 4.5. Or could this be a spin-off? Obviously, it's canon, but part of the Avengers world, right? Like, oh man, how is this gonna work? Like, how are they gonna bring back Stark and Romanoff? Like, how are they gonna pull this off? And who's gonna direct it? I feel like this is going to be like just a small film, in my opinion. Like, guys, this is going to be like the Avengers again, the original Avengers, but I'm not talking about budget-wise. I'm talking about like kind of like a smaller scale, like kind of like a Homecoming, right? I mean, believe me, Secret Wars will be the homecoming of all homecomings for all of the Marvel movies. But again, you need to give this movie like a good premise, a good story, a good arc. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm still convinced that Cap is living on the moon with Fury, and if they do somehow make Cap immortal and like make him younger, fine. But that's another thing. Actors and contracts. Now, we all know who's still in the MCU right now, and it depends on when their contracts are up. Jeremy Renner is still in, Chris Hemsworth is still in, definitely Mark Ruffalo. ScarJo, that might be out of the question. I mean, I've heard a lot of good reports that she and Chris Evans are both producing and directing a Captain America Disney Plus series. And involves time travel, right? So I'm hoping we'll get that before King Dynasty, right? I mean, again, like in 2021, when she didn't get the fair shares after like Black Widow's like the box office opening weekend, like Disney scammed her off, and I believe like they worked out a new deal with her. Like, I haven't been caught up with that, guy. So let me in the know. How's that going? And, with Jeremy Renner, like, he is still recovering, but I've heard recently that he's been in talks and working with Marvel and Kevin, working on a project. Like, I don't know, could this be it? Because, Kevin Feige and other big people, they're at a retreat right now, trying to, like, put all cards on the table, right? Like, how to, like, fix the MCU. Like, yes, Phase 4 is a mess. It's a mess. And I'm happy. I'm still going to preach it. I'm happy with Phase 5 this year. We started out on a slow note, okay? We got 3 movies, 3 Disney Plus shows. It's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I just hope with Hemsworth, like, with his condition right now, like, I'm hoping that, like, we gotta hold out till, like, Secret Wars, because I have no doubt that Secret Wars will be Hemsworth's last movie to play Thor. I mean, they are developing Thor 5 right now, but I'm pretty sure they want to finish off the new trilogy with Thor, so make a Thor 6, maybe between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and then finish off Thor's arc. Like, and then you've completed his last trilogy. And who knows if they're going to make a third trilogy of Thor, like maybe bring back Jane. Of course, it's no surprise to me. I've seen a lot of the mistakes and errors in Phase 4, you know? But not everything in Phase 4 was bad, okay? I'm not one of those people that just automatically assumes, like, oh, all of it is bad. Like, all of it is bad. Like, no, 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 no. I know there's still some people out there that will agree with me that there were some good things that came out of Phase 4. Unfortunately, you know, with everything still going on, like, well, what happened in the beginning of the 2020s, right? I don't want to get deep into that, but, like, Marvel really had to pull back. Like, they had to take a year off, which was good, but unfortunately, 2021, they really, really pushed the boundaries with the movies and the Disney Plus shows. And again, with Phase 4, it's been mostly Disney Plus shows than the movies. Like, we've had more Disney Plus series in the last 2 years, and we've had 7 Phase 4 movies. Yeah, so I don't know how they're gonna resurrect Stark and Romanoff. Like, okay, because thank God I've watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? And they've introduced LMDs, aka live model decoys. So what if they can make an LMD? I am thinking about this, guys, very carefully, but just what if they did create an LMD of Romanoff and then sent that in her place, or better yet, because the multiverse is infinite, right? Like, what if there was another Black Widow that's willing to sacrifice her life for anything, right? It doesn't have to be for the Soul Stone. Like, what if I don't know, the Avengers, I guess, selfishly pull her out of that universe, go back to 2014, and grab our current Natasha. And the same with Stark. Like, oh, man. Actually, yes, send in an LMD for Stark's place, because I know Robert, he's a little hesitant right now about coming back, and I understand, like, I get that he's older and all, but, like, I want to say, like, come on, man, like, you need to come back. Like, no. Just, again, it's, like, it'd be awesome to have Tony Stark come back, but you can't just, you gotta give him a good reason to bring him back. I'm pretty sure Banner. No, wait. He's not stuck as Smart Hulk anymore. No. He's found a way to do it. He could be both Smart Hulk and Bruce Banner again. Yeah, I don't think when they do bring back the original 6 for their own solo movie, they're not going to bring back Savage Hulk, right? Because if they are working on a Hulk 2 right now, okay, perfect opportunity for Hulk versus, okay? Like, bring in Wolverine. That's what will make Banner snap. I haven't heard anything as of late about Jeremy Renner, but, like, I hope he's kept his legs. Like, oh my gosh. Or otherwise, of course, the MCU loves to retcon things for the better or worse. Like, you gotta give a good excuse for Clint, okay? Because I was almost in tears when I found out that we had to start the year with hearing that he almost got crushed. Like, I would hate to see Jeremy Renner go away. Like, I've always supported Hawkeye since the very beginning, and people still give him a lot of crap, but I think it was because of the accident. I'm not saying it was a good thing that the accident happened, but because the accident happened, there was a lot of people that actually felt sorry for Renner. Like, oh, now you guys give a crap about Hawkeye. Oh man, like that ought to show you guys. Like you've been hanging on him like since what 2011. And in all seriousness, guys, Marvel's Hawkeye is still one of my favorite Disney Plus shows. Like it was a great time when it came out Thanksgiving and it was going around during Christmas time. Like it's the perfect Christmas series, you know? We don't have a lot of MCU Christmas stuff, so like Kevin, please develop more. Like why not set up an Avengers film during Christmas time, right? Like Iron Man 3 was set up during Christmas time. No Way Home was set around during like the different seasons and holidays, right? So I think it's safe to say that No Way Home is kind of like a holiday film, right? Like, funnily enough, it came out December 2021, but it's not a Christmas movie, but it's something that people could still watch during the holidays, right? And of course, you got the awesome Christmas, the Guardians Christmas special. Like, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure that's something both me and my dad are gonna watch once a year. Like, seriously, Kevin, release the steelbook for that one. I'd watch it. Perfect opportunity to release it both 4K and Blu-ray in one steelbook, you know, so people don't have to pick and choose between, oh, should I get the 4K or should I get the Blu-ray, you know? I feel like with the Marvel Studios presentations, those would be worth to put both 4Ks and Blu-rays in one case, right? Don't you agree, guys? And what would the mission be? What would the mission be for this original six to come back? Because it can't be like Loki invading Earth all over again. No, you got to introduce a new villain we've never seen before. Knowing myself, guys, yes, I've never read any comics. I don't know any other big Avengers baddies, but I mean, could they fight a Kang variant just so that they could get a taste of like what is to come? Because I feel like this is what would bring the Avengers back, because I've heard so many good things that are coming out for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Like, the big rumor right now is that for Secret Wars, that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine could lead an army in the TVA. Like, and we know that Tom Holland's Spider-Man will be like the main central focus character in those movies, right? Like, sure, he's not the leader of the Avengers, and that's the thing in question. Like, we don't know who the leader is, and I still believe that Rogers is still the leader, because like once he comes back, like what Kevin Feige's playing, like that will put all the debates to rest. Because yeah, like what if Sam Wilson's Captain America was the new leader, or Bucky, or Captain Marvel, or Black Panther, and again Spider-Man? Like, you have those top 5 contenders. Well, technically 6. Like, some people want Doctor Strange to be like the leader. Like, that'd be interesting. Like, I dig that, but like that'd be pretty cool. Like, how would he manage all of that? I mean, and for Peter, since he's in college, like that's gonna be rough for him, because he cannot manage to do all that stuff on his own. Be kind of funny if Scott Lang was was the leader of the Avengers. Like, make it a joke. Like, you know how, I think it was this year, right? Like, one of this year's magazines, I'm pretty sure this was a joke, guys. You know where I'm going with this. You know how every year they always have, a person, like a celebrity, like, oh, the sexiest man alive. Like, they did that for Paul Rudd. So what if they did that as a joke for King Dynasty? Like, oh, what if I led the Avengers, guys? Like, that's funny. Like, no disrespect to Scott. It's just like, you gotta keep that meme going. Like, oh my gosh, I never bought that magazine. Even if I did, it'd be for meme purposes, but I did read the article. Like, it is so funny, guys. Oh my gosh. Let me know in the comments if you guys have that, and if you have it hanging somewhere on your wall, like just like the front cover of it. Oh my gosh. I know some of his Avengers co-stars made fun of him for that. I swear, that man never ages. It's like, you look at his old pictures, it's like, he never ages. Like, even when he gets, like, white, silver hairs in, let's say, like, maybe 10, 20 years' time, he's never gonna age. Paul Rudd is gonna be immortal. The Ant-Man is immortal. Man, the quantum realm must have done something to you good down there, Scott. Oh, man. Again, there's 1,000 ideas that are playing in my head, like how can this work? Like, and sure, it might make billions at the box office. Like, yeah, the original six are back. Like, feels like 2012 all over again. At least that would give me an opportunity to see that version of the movie, because I didn't get to see the original Avengers in the theater. Like, I remember that stay in the theater for a little longer. Like, that was the biggest movie of 2012. The number one movie 2012. I mean, yeah, like, before Endgame came out, I was scared, right, guys? Like, sure, I was hoping that the rest of these guys could stay in the MCU forever because they're the living foundations of the MCU, but at the same time, all good things must come to an end, right? And especially because I'm in my 20s and I have to, understand, like, yeah, all good things must come to an end. Like, sure, I want to see Captain frickin' America again. Like, jeez, dude. Like, I will literally frickin' cry. Like, you guys have no idea how much Captain America means to me. Like, oh man. Seriously, the Captain America trilogy is perfect. That's why it's the number one MCU trilogy for me, because of how well thought out they've planned Steve's story arc, and man, like, oh my gosh. And like watching Civil War twice in the theater, guys, when I was still in high school, like, man, that was a big deal. Like, always watch movies twice, you guys. Gives you the better picture. Oh, man. Again, I mean, I wish there was so many other things I could say, but I'm running out of ideas because, again, I have not read the comics because I don't know what other big baddies that the Avengers have faced. Galactus, we're definitely saving him later for sure, right, guys? Like, after Kang, and like, I'm pretty sure we'll both get like Doctor Doom and Galactus at the same time. And speaking of which, I really hope that crap, what's his name plays Kang. Actually, I have one of my Blu-rays to back this up, so yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. Jonathan Majors, yes. Oh my gosh, I really do hope that they do not, like, fire him or replace him from the MCU, because, oh my gosh, I really hope that he wins the trial. Like, it's supposed to come up this month, right? Like, oh my gosh. This is, like, the biggest trial I ever give a crap for, because you could tell he's definitely a good person for sure. Like, oh my gosh, he's such a good Kang. I'm never going to stop saying that. Like, don't replace Kang with Doctor Doom, because if you do that, all of this build-up would be for nothing. Like, leading on from the He Who Remains to the Kang variant from Quantumania to another Kang variant, which was a citizen in Loki. It's just a lot to process, guys. I'm passionate about the MCU, and I just hate to see it go downhill. Like, just keep Jonathan Majors, please. He is a good guy. Again, I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions about the recent stuff that we've heard in the last couple of days, because, I mean, hey, it's good that the MCU is starting to fall a little bit, because every time I look at the MCU, like the current stuff we have now, I always look back at the first 6 films that we got. the original 6 movies of the MCU: Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America: The First Avenger, Marvel's The Avengers. Like, those films were the first 6 foundations of the MCU, and without those 6, we wouldn't have the MCU today. And I'm happy that they're going back to basics, changing their ways, and I wish I could say that, oh, the politics that they put in their stuff is going to go away. Like, no, I know that they're going to sneak in some stuff, but, as long as they release, like, make good products, movies, TV shows, like, I'm all in. And you could definitely tell with Deadpool 3, like, obviously it's Ryan Reynolds' passion project because this is the first Deadpool movie that's going to be in the MCU. Like, man, at least Captain America 4 will fill in that May 3rd slot for Deadpool 3. Man, I can't wait for that, but I think they are going back to the original release date for Deadpool 3, which is next November. That means we have to wait an entire year, but I know that Ryan Reynolds will keep giving us updates, like keeping us posted and all that. Man. I've heard that the actors' strike is supposed to end sometime this weekend. But again, at the same time, it's good that they're slowing down stuff because it feels like a burnout, guys. Like, sure, I loved the stuff that we got this year, but some of it just feels like, like YouTube burnout. This is like entertainment burnout. Like, everything I have to keep up with in the movie theater and on Disney Plus, like, oh man. Anyway, this is pretty much what I have to cover, guys. Thank you so much for hearing my thoughts about this. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah. I'm totally speechless. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for being me. The Lord be with you guys. Always love, guys. Peace out, guys. Remember, Avengers assemble. Alright, you guys have a good night.